day 11 of my HRT. I'm only taking estrogen at the moment because I'm the low estrogen stage of perimenopause, which means the later stage of perimenopause, and my cycles are longer, so they're 33 to 55 days. I've kind of managed my perimenopause for the last 7 years through diet and lifestyle quite successfully, and now I'm actually looking for something to really complement my life and enable me to still live the life that I want to right now, which is to be running a business, being a mum, being a wife, and to get out and about, live my life and be physically active without getting wiped out when I do any of those. I'm not looking, to spread myself thinly and for burnout. That's kind of what happened to me last year, but I have lost the resilience to keep up the life that I want to live. I am not ready to hide away for 8 years or however many years it takes for me to come out the other side. I want to still live my life the way I want to. And for me, that is where HRT is going to play a part. I need my resilience back because I get wiped out too easily at the moment from living the life that I want to live. And so I don't have debilitating symptoms. I know already from the past where I've focused on my diet and lifestyle, I only really see problems when I, go off track. If I eat highly processed food, don't focus on my protein, don't focus on hydration, if I'm drinking alcohol, etc. That's where I see symptoms like creep in, which is basically your body telling you, they're sending messages to you that, you need to be looking after it. Your body is constantly communicating to you. So I know if I went out and drank loads of alcohol and my body, struggles now to metabolize it and clear it out as well as it used to, that impacts my temperature regulation, so I might then have hot flushes. So it's not like I've never had these typical symptoms of perimenopause. It's the fact that my diet and lifestyle, I know, can help me manage them. So I've not taken HRT for those kind of symptoms. I'm taking HRT to help me live the life I want to live. And so at the moment, yes, day 11 on my HRT, I'm only taking estrogen only. I will start progesterone on the 1st of May to the 14th of May, and every month I will take it for the first 2 weeks. And that is because my cycles are irregular. And you need to take, if you have a womb, you have to take estrogen and progesterone together to keep it safe and keep your womb lining thin. So that is why. And it's a bit weird because I know right now my period is due and I likely would have benefited from taking progesterone right now, and I'm going to be taking it, in a week's time when I'm actually going to be likely in my follicular stage. So that's a bit weird, but apparently once you start taking the HRT, your natural cycle will start to align with the HRT. So, this is why it can take a long time for your body to adjust, because it's currently thinking, what the fuck's going on? I'm in my luteal phase and I've got estrogen coming in, and it's now put the balance out of estrogen versus progesterone in my body. So, it's going to take a while to settle, which is why they tell you to give it 6 months. And so that's where I currently am. I felt nauseous the first 7 days, to be fair, and that is a known side effect. I've not had any woke up wow moments. I feel amazing. But I do think the last 2 nights, my skin has eased off. So when I go to bed, normally I get really itchy, my skin crawls, and I don't feel like I've had that the last 2 days, which is brilliant. I do also feel like potentially it contributed to my run the other day, which was the first time I have run for over a year and didn't feel like my legs were made of lead. And I had a bounce back, and that was a pretty good feeling. However, I also made sure on that day that I hydrated properly before I went out, and I tried out some carb gel bars, and I had to try them out in preparation for my triathlon training. But it made me realise that what I need more than anything now at this life stage is to really focus hard on hydration and fuel. So and it not just because I'm doing a triathlon, but just for daily functioning. Your body really needs hydration. None of us drink enough, but also we need nourishment. We need to give our body what it needs to function on a daily basis so we feel our best. And when I was 30, I could wing it. I'm 47 and I can't wing it anymore. And it's taken me a long time to acknowledge that. And I think, for example, for the triathlon I'm doing, the best prep that I can do is to nail my hydration and fueling process. So that plan for hydration is what's going to get me through to the end. Physically, I know I can do it. Mentally, I know I can do it. But I cannot produce energy and metabolize everything as well as I used to, right? Our bodies need more support than they used to live the lives we still want to live. And that is why nourishing your body, rest, recovery, so basically all the diet and lifestyle things that we do are so important. HRT complements all of that. Anyway, that was my update. Oh, the only other thing I was going to say was these. So this is localized estrogen that you pop up your vagina. First 2 weeks, I am taking this every day. And I would say the first week, I found it a bit painful or sore after I'd done it. And it reminded me, to be honest, of having IVF. And I've always had like a closed cervix. When they've tried to do anything, they've had to go in and open it up to do anything. So there's probably a bit of trauma related to that as well. But anyway, that's how I'm feeling. And love to know if you've got any questions or any feedback. I'm loving all the interest that I'm getting from these videos. I think some people are just curious and sitting on the fence. And I do think HRT is going to be a big part of most women's life going forward. So I do think it's very important for us to keep talking about this.